Hey everyone. So we're going to talk about who has the power in heterosexual relationships. I'm going to wait to see if some people gather around. And if you are interested in joining the conversation, we will be open for that. And I'm putting the link to join the conversation in the chat right now. You should see it. And it looks like this. So you can click that link and join the conversation if you'd like to. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe so you can join some more conversations in the future when I go live, okay? So who has the power in heterosexual relationships between a man and a woman? And you know what? The answer to this question isn't as obvious as we'd like it to be, right? A lot of women have been brainwashed, bamboozled, tricked, hoodwinked into believing that the man is the prize. The man is not the prize. He's never the prize. And one of the main reasons why is because he can't create a human being with inside his body. And the woman is the prize because why? Because when they create a man's child, when they birth a man's child, they create a man's legacy and they immortalize that man through a child, through a legacy. They create a legacy and they immortalize that man. Men do not do that for women. Let's see. Hey, Melanie Hazelton. Thank you. Melanie says she likes the caption. Thank you, Melanie. Melanie, if you'd like to join the conversation, I put the link in the chat. You can click on that if you'd like. We can tell your stories. But it's amazing to me. You know, I often watch a lot of the Level Up and Hypergamy channels, and you have these old men looking crazy, looking old and dusty and crazy, expecting not to provide anything for the women that they're trying to date who are 15, 20, 25 years younger than them. You're like, homie, you're 20 years older than me. You're 15 years older than me. Like, if I wanted to date someone, you know, and not have an elevated lifestyle and not have, you know, a life improvement and not have an upgrade, I would just go date someone my own age because they look good. And they probably got a six-pack and they don't look all old and wrinkly like you. Come on now. Like, they're delusional. A lot of these men are absolutely delusional. They're delusional. And women do not realize how much power they have. And the reason why they're running around here delusional, acting crazy, thinking that they're the prize, thinking that they are the prize, is because we allow them, because we entertain them. We give them access to our time. We give them access to our energy. We give them access to our presence, to our bodies, which is the biggest mistake you could do when a man has not improved your life. If a man does not improve your life, he shouldn't have any type of access to you. Any type. None. And if you know what, like, there was this old man trying to talk to me. He was like 46, right? Damn near 20 years older than me. And he's like, oh, well, I want a connection. I'm like, I've gone on 2 dates with you. I can't feel a connection with a man who's not improving my life. I can't feel a connection. And it's like, he was asking me, he was like, well, could you come visit me in my beach house? I'm like, no, I can't come visit you in your beach house. You haven't paid not near one bill. You haven't taken me shopping. You haven't helped with anything. You haven't given me any nice gifts. And I'm supposed to go to your house? No, I'm not going to your house. What are y'all doing out here, ladies? I'm so tired of these men. The fact that these old men can ask a beautiful young woman, can you go to my house, without actually improving her life in any type of way, tells me that there are actually women out here that will do that. And y'all don't know what y'all doing, and y'all messing up the game for everybody. So stop doing it. Know your worth. And make them improve your life. They will do it. If all women today just cut off all of the access, that men have to them, until these men decide to actually do something with their lives and do something to improve that woman's life and to improve your life as a woman, they would get their act together because they want to have access to you. Men are driven. Men are sexually driven. And mind you, it isn't about you. I have to be truthful and honest and say, they don't go out and get ambitious jobs and nice houses and luxury cars because they actually care about the well-being of women. They do it because they want to have access to women. Women provide men with comfort and joy that these men cannot get alone without women. Have you ever noticed that if a man isn't actually in a relationship providing for a woman, making his woman happy, because that's what a man really wants to do. A man wants a woman that he wants. A man wants a woman that he desires. A man wants a woman that he thinks is beautiful. And he wants to make her happy. That is really what they want. And he wants that woman that he chooses to challenge him and make him work for it, to make him feel like he earned it. Men value things that they feel like they've had to work for. Men like to feel like they are the conquerors. Men like to feel like they had to go through these trials and tribulations just to get something for them to really value it. So you have to make it challenging for men. And not in a masculine way, not in a way that you tear them down and tear their ego down, but in a way where you're like, I don't know, like I kind of need this or I kind of need that, like in a feminine and suggestive way, right? Like women have no idea how much power you have in relationships, because women, we have been tricked and hoodwinked into thinking that in order to keep a man, we just do what they want. We just go with the flow. We just, acquiesce. We just give them what they want immediately. And that could, there's nothing further from the truth. Like they appreciate you less when you just give them things without making them work for it. And understand that that is your power. Like understand that. And I'm going to bring this up. There is actually something called goddess worship. So this is like an ancient form of religion. And if you ever go to like maybe an alternatives library where they have alternative media and alternative books and literature, maybe you could find something on these type of religions that are not mainstream, like the three. But there was a point in time in history, in human history, in early human history, where women were worshipped. Remember the Venus fertility goddess that comes up? I'll show you. But in the meantime, let me read this comment. Melanie Hazelton says, yeah, so true. I just felt so old just now. I'm 40 years old, and I'll be honest, it's rough pickings out here. I'm manifesting my 6-year-old sugar daddy. Hazelton, 60 is good. When you date a guy, I would suggest all ladies date men who are 15 years and older. 15 years older. I'm about to show you guys something. So back in 30,000 BCE, there was a figurine created and people dug it up. Let me see if I can pull this out. And I'll show you guys. Hey, Terry. Hey, how's it going? I'm about to share the screen with you guys. Okay, understand that women were worshipped in ancient human history, or before ancient times, prehistoric human history. So this is the statue. This is the Venus of Willendorf, or the Venus fertility statue. It says the figure is believed to have been carved during the European Upper Paleolithic or Old Stone Age, a period of prehistory starting around 30,000 BCE. So here it says It says, due to the widely held belief that depictions of nude women with exaggerated sexual features represented an early fertility fetish, perhaps a mother goddess, the reference to Venus is a metaphorical, since the figurines predate the mythological figure of Venus by many thousands of years. Let me see if I can pull something else out. But I want to let you know that for a very long time, women were worshipped because of their creative power. And yes, men have their strengths, right? Men are physically stronger than women. However, men do not have purpose without women. I just really need to run this point home. Women give men purpose. 100%. Terry Glazier says, damn, 15 years older, he would be old enough to be my dad. Yeah. That's when they start taking women seriously, when they're that much older. That's when they for sure see you as a prize. Thanks for always saying hello back. I appreciate the knowledge. Of course. And I mean, not only do I say hello back, I encourage people who are on the live right now to, if you'd like to have a conversation and like, you know, participate in the live, you can do that. I just put the link here for you to participate if you'd like to. So that is always an option. So of course I say hi back. Not only do I say hi back, I allow you guys to participate if you want to. And that's the link. So bottom line is, women have all the power because you have something that men want. And it's not just physical. You give men a purpose. You give them something to work for. You give them motivation to become better. You give them a reason to become better. I remember I was watching a comedian once, and he said, if it weren't for women, men, he was like, this is a male comedian. He said, if it weren't for women, if it weren't for the fact that women like nice things and like to live in comfort, us men, we would live in a box. We would live in a box. They're like, we're just fine. We're fine with that. It's women that drive men to that next level. Okay? So understand that it is you that holds all the power. And you have to stop giving your power away when they lie to you and they tell you that, oh yes. I mean, I actually have a gay cousin, okay? She's gay. She's a butch. She's butch lesbian. And she was telling me the game she runs on the women that she dates, okay? So my cousin, she plays the masculine role in her relationships, okay? And she told me, Maya, so when I date these women, all I have to do is tell them that I'm going to do something for them in the future, and they believe me, and they just eat out the palm of my hand. I have them, you know, they'll wait around for me. This is a woman who is playing the masculine role. This is how she gets men. I mean, this is how she gets the women that she dates, the feminine women that she dates, to fall for her. So even she knows that women fall in love with their ears. So I would listen to my cousin. I would take note and say, okay, understand that anybody playing the masculine role, a man, a butch lesbian, anytime they're telling you they're going to do all this stuff for you, make sure you don't believe any of it and only believe their actions. And this is another way women give up their power. You give up your power by giving the masculine entity what they want, which is usually access to your body. So you'll give access to your body, all because they said they were going to do some stuff to you, but never actually did it. All because they said they were going to do some stuff for you and never actually did it. They tricked you. And a lot of times they never will. And we know what's really sad. It's not even like they're saying that they're going to really do something for you. Like, a lot of women will give themselves up, give their bodies up. They'll give their time, their energy up. They will give their commitment to a man, all because the man said, oh yeah, we're gonna be in a relationship. Not I'm gonna buy you a house and secure you forever and take care of you and make sure you don't ever have to work again and make sure you're good and make sure you have security and make sure you have safety. He didn't even say all that. He said, oh yeah, we're gonna be together. We're gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend, which is not secure. And a lot of times women will give up themselves after he says something like that. And it's crazy. Stop doing it. But let's see. I hope there are some young women in here, so y'all stop. Okay. Melanie Hazelton says, I think it stems from generational curses. Most of my aunts and my mom were Bob the Builders, so those influences have surely played a part. Oh, yes. I absolutely agree. The sad thing is a lot of these women who didn't know any better and did the Bob the Builder thing, they'll go and they'll tell the young women that they have to do the same thing. And if they don't do it, it's like, it's like, oh, you're horrible. You're horrible. Where are your morals? Like I had an aunt who was definitely a Bob the Builder, independent Black woman. And she would be like, oh, where are your morals? Oh, why are you? I'm like, most men cheat. Most men self-report cheating, right? On their wives or spouses or girlfriends. So why would I marry a man for him to be faithful? No, I'm going to marry a man or I'm going to get with a man who is going to improve my life. Because, the odds are that he will cheat. So if he cheats, it doesn't matter. My life is improved. At least I have something at the end of the day. At least I don't come out of that looking crazy and giving everything and then he cheats. No, it's like, no, I got a nice house. I got a nice car. I got a new wardrobe. I got bills paid. I got loans. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not worth it. It's not worth it to be with a man based off of loyalty alone. I mean, faithfulness. Cancer 1984 says, my guy is in for a rude awakening. I am going to step back and let him figure things out. He is a successful man, supposedly in process of divorcing his spouse. In 3 weeks, they go to arbitration. Cancer 1984. A lot of men will, look, I've met men who said they want to date and they're really not, they'll say that they're going to get a divorce, but they don't have any intent of actually doing it. It seems like the guy that you're with is actually trying to get a divorce. But girl, just keep your options open. I hope you're dating other people. If you're dating a married man, you need to be dating other people as well. If that man is married and he's dating you, then you need to be dating other people as well. Cancer 1984 says, I am paying attention to what is shown versus what is told to me. Oh yeah. Yes, that is the key. That is the absolute key. There was this really long Twitter thread of a woman asking men for relationship advice, and the men chimed in and gave their advice, right? And the advice that I saw over and over and over and over and over and over again by these men, guess what that piece of advice was? It was, don't look at what a man says. Look at what a man does. That is how you know how he feels about you. Never. In another piece of advice or another quote from that thread was, a man will treat you exactly how he feels about you, right? So a man will treat you exactly how he feels about you. This is going to be like the last thing I'm going to say, and then I'm going to go because I have some homework to do, some assignments to do. Last thing, my last major point. Pick a man that caters to you. Because think about this. Men are naturally self-serving and they are naturally selfish. They are programmed to be takers. They are programmed to look out for self and for self only and for self first, right? So when you find a man that caters to you, you know he is serious about you. When I mean cater to you, I mean this man is saying, do you need anything? Do you want anything? Can I get this for you? That man is trying to impress you. That man is trying to fill in the gaps every time you express a need, every time you talk about something that you want, every time you have a problem, that man is there trying to solve it for you. That man is trying to be a provider. That man is trying to be a problem solver. That man is trying to be a protector. If a man is not offering up protection, provisions, he doesn't like you. If a man is not trying to impress you by filling in the gaps of your problems, if you present to him a problem, if you present to him with a struggle, if you present him with, a challenging situation and he doesn't offer some type of help, that man doesn't like you. You know which man to pick and you know which man really likes you. When you have a problem, when you have an issue, and that man he offers to help, he volunteers to help in some type of way. He is trying to fix that problem for you because men are natural problem solvers. And you know that man really likes you if he's trying to do that for you because they don't just do that. They don't just be helping people. That's a very if you notice, like most of the nurses and most of the caregivers are women because women are natural nurturers. Women naturally want to like look out and tend to people and help people. Men ain't really like that. Men aren't really like that. So when a man wants to help you and he's trying to fill in those gaps for you and he's catering to you, that is how you know he really likes you. And that is how you know he deserves your time. And even if it's not a lot, even if that man isn't like rich, or even if he isn't doing well at the moment, he will try to give you what he can if he really likes you. Okay? So, you are very welcome, Cancer 1984. And Cancer 1984, since you're dating a married man and he isn't fully divorced yet, I think you should be dating some other people. Please date some other people because you need to back up. And this is another thing. Women, we give up all our power when we commit to a man that doesn't commit to us. Are you crazy? Y'all, like, this is why women get played. Women stay getting played because we stay wanting to commit to someone. And usually that person doesn't want to commit to us. Do not do that. Keep your options wide open. Look, ladies, if you really want to know how to keep your power in relationships, keep your options wide open. Wide open. Like right now on my roster, there are like 5 guys. So I know that I'm not going to give too much attention to one. I'm not sleeping with any of them. But I'm allowing them to show me how serious they are. And the man that does the most will be the man that I will give most of my time and energy to. It's that simple. Date far and wide. Let these men take you out. Let these men court you. Let these men try to give you gifts. Let these men, try to solve your problems. And don't give it up. Don't ask them. Don't do it unless they earn it. Because it really is something, and trust me, if they feel like they've had to wait and earn it and try, when they finally do get it, they're not gonna want you to go anywhere because they're like, oh my gosh, I worked so hard for this. I've helped her with so many problems. I've given her so much money. I've given her gifts. I've spent so much time on her. I've taken her out here. I've taken her out there. I don't want to leave. But anyway, y'all giving up the goods too quickly. Y'all need to stop doing that. So 12 Deadly Sins says, even if you are married, I am not married, just asking. It depends. It depends. Is that man feeling you? If you're not married, I would be dating. I'm not married. Like I said earlier, I have 5 men on my roster, and that number fluctuates. That number goes up depending on who wants to take me out, who wants to try to court me, who wants to try to get me gifts, who wants to try to impress me. That number goes up and down depending on how they acting. And don't go over nobody's house unless they have earned it, unless they've been around for a long time making long-term investments in you. Cancer 1984 says, I already cut one off and he doesn't know what to do. He contacted me today talking about he missed me. Girl, I got them doing that too. Just ignore. And you know what? Honestly, when you ignore them, that's when they become more interested. When you don't care about them, that's when they become more interested. So you said you already cut one off and he doesn't know what to do. He contacted me this home. Good. I'm glad you cut him off. Let him try to work his way. This is what you should do. Honestly, Cancer 1984. Let him know you have a problem and see if he offers to help you. And make sure you get something out of it. And then that's how you can get him to work and earn his way back into your life. If you had to cut him off for doing something silly, make sure you present him with a problem and make him earn his way back into your life. That's what you do. Let him know you got some type of issue. Say, I got this bill I can't pay, help. Or, I can't afford to get this. I really need it. Can you please help me? And if he offers to help and he actually sends the help to you, if he sends you some cash, if he sends you a solution, if he solves it, then he's getting closer to earning your attention and your affection and your time and your energy. But if he doesn't do that, he doesn't deserve it, because there are men that are out there that will do it. And on that thread that I mentioned earlier, the thread where a woman was asking for a relationship advice for women from men, the men that chimed in, they said 100%, what one man won't do, another one will. For sure. What one man won't do, another one will. And another piece of advice was, sometimes you're not asking for, I'll just say this. Women, you are not asking for too much. You're just asking the wrong man. Melanie Hazelton says, make it a financial problem. The reason why having a financial problem or asking for money or asking for some type of investment from a man is a great way to tell how serious he is and how much he likes you is because people put money towards what they really care about. When you care about something, you spend money on it, right? Right? Everyone, we know there are things that, I spend money on some things because I care about it. People spend money on things they care about. If you care about something, you're going to spend some money on it, okay? And not only that, we get these questions of like, I see this question a lot of like, how do I make a man like me? How do I make a man feel more for me? How do I make a man more emotional about me and about us? Get that man to spend money on you, because men follow their investment. Men will follow their wallets. The more a man, because men, and this isn't just men, but mostly men, right? They associate value to what they have to spend money on. When you get something for free, you don't appreciate it as much, and you're much more likely to just discard it and throw it away because you didn't have to work for it. But when you have to put effort into something, when you have to work for something, when you have to spend time, when you have to spend energy, when you have to spend resources on something, you care about it much, much more than something you just got for free. When you put an investment into something, you care about it. This is why we have to make these men invest. Because when men spend money on something, they in their minds, they're like, okay, I spent money on this, so this means that it's valuable. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're not valuable if money isn't spent on you. All women are very valuable because all women have the portal of life, right? But how they think about it, how their mind works, is that if I spend money on this, then this is valuable. So this is why you have to make these men spend money on you. This is why you have to. You have to. And if that man is not willing to spend money, you must cut him off, because if he's not willing to spend money on a nice date, if he's not willing to spend money on a gift, if he's not willing to spend money on helping you with a problem, if he's not willing to do that, then he does not value you, point blank, period. And if he does not value you, then you have no business dating him in the first place. You have no business giving him your valuable time that you will never get back, because in the dating market, there is nothing that compares to a woman's youth. Youth is associated with beauty. There is nothing compared to a woman's beauty. So if you waste your youth and beauty on a man that is not spending money on you, that is not investing in you, that is not putting in effort, you are wasting your time that you'll never get back. So if a man makes it clear that he is not willing to invest, you must cut him off with the quickness. You must. Then you got to cut him off. Okay, so K Beauty NYC, K Beauty NYC says, I try and they don't spend. It's annoying. They're asking for sex. I tell them I want money. I just cut I don't know what this WM. I just cut them off and say to myself and don't bother. And I'm a well-kept woman, not smutty or trashy. Well, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. Listen. A lot of men, I'll just say there are a lot more dusty men. There are a lot more dusty men than men of means. And so, yes, there will be plenty of dusty men asking you for sex and trying to get with you. You must cut them off if they're not willing to invest. Point blank period. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to steal from you and they're trying to get something for free. And ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing free over here. Not your time, not your attention, and not your presence, and damn sure not your body. Ain't nothing for free. Nothing. Should there be a minimum that you go for when they give you money? Well, I think before you go over, before you allow, I suggest do not allow these men to know where you live unless they've spent thousands. I say thousands of dollars before they know where you live, and also thousands of dollars before you give them any. Before you give up the cookies, they should have spent thousands. Because listen, because once you give it up, after they spent thousands, they're going to think twice before leaving you, because they're going to be like, I spent a lot of money on this girl. I don't want to leave her. It's thousands. And it don't got to be all at the same time. It can be over. You get, a couple hundred here, a couple hundred there for a while. But it has to be in the thousands. I say go for the gold and get the highest bid. Okay. K Beauty NYC's, I'm gonna do some black magic to them and have them at my feet like a meek little lamb. Okay, girl. Okay, maybe you should post I hope you have a YouTube channel so you can show us some of those spells, girl. Cancer 1984 says, that is weird. I have a friend that I work with. We have never been in a relationship. Anytime I need and financial help, he will give me whatever I need. He is married, but we get along. Go ahead, girl. That's the best situation, girl. That's the best situation. You better keep him. That's wonderful. Good for you. You say we get along well, and he never pressures me for anything. He has spent thousands on me. Yes, see, look, Cancer 1984 know what she doing, girl. She know what she doing. Good. I'm happy for you. And this is what you should be aiming for. What Cancer 1984 is talking about, this is what all of you ladies should be aiming for. You should be aiming for these men to spend thousands on you. Couple stacks, couple bands. You feel me? 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. Just keep delaying it. Don't give them nothing until they spend that. And if they're not willing to spend that much, then okay, you got whatever you got. Like. I mean, but understand that when you have sex with a man, you take on most of the risk as a woman. You are the one that gets pregnant. You are the one more susceptible to getting STDs. You are the one that will be socially ostracized and shamed for your sexual decisions. So you can't be having sex with just anybody. Oh, thank you, RC Smith. You are so sweet. Thank you. RC Smith says, keep preaching, my beautiful sister. You would have no problem finding a man to provide for you. Oh, thank you. I got some offers. Thank you. I appreciate it. Very sweet, RC Smith. Thank you. K Beauty NYC says, some of them were men of means, own business, has employees under them. Some had careers and still asking for sex. It's so annoying, so I block them. Then some will, what are you doing me till I death? I just block. I personally wouldn't block because I don't want to burn bridges, but I would just ignore. Just ignore them, girl. I know it's annoying, and I know, but understand this. So this is what helped me. Okay, so K Beauty NYC. Let me tell you something. let me tell you something. I used to get angry too. I used to block a whole bunch of men as well. I did. I used to do that. But let me tell you this. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personally that they're doing that. They're doing that because what you have is valuable and they don't want you to know that it's valuable. Okay? What they're doing is they're trying to get the most valuable thing on this earth, which is the portal of life, the thing that you ladies have between your legs. They're trying to get access to it for free. It is the most valuable thing on this earth, and they're trying to get access to it for free. Because a lot of women have been hoodwinked and tricked into doing that by the way we've been cultured and conditioned, okay? What you have is very valuable. Of course they're going to try to get it. Don't take it personal. Just see it as reassurance that you are valuable and what you have is valuable. And what you can do is sometimes I would even make them believe that they have a chance at getting it and see what they would do for it. If they're like, hey, can you come over? If they keep doing it and it's really annoying to you, I would be like, oh yeah, you want me to come over? Okay, maybe. Always say maybe. And then change the subject and say, I need something, and see if they, okay, look, I got you. K Beauty NYC, I got you. Every time they start asking for you to come over, asking for sex, talk about how you can't do it because you need something, and see if they will present it. And it doesn't mean once they present it to you, once they give it to you, once they help you, you have to sleep with them. It just means that, okay, they are making investments in you. You have to make them give you investments. You have to make them invest. So every time, so don't block them. Don't block these men. Every time they ask you for sex, don't block them. Don't block them. Every time they bring up sex, every time they bring up them wanting you to come over, just talk about how you need something. Just talk about how you can't do it because you need something. Okay, got it? Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. That's what you do. And then it'll be a game, and then you won't get so frustrated and angry, because trust me, I know. You won't get so frustrated and angry. So Melanie Hazelton says, yes, my level up journey started years after watching She-Ra, and I learned that I bring nothing to the table. Yeah. You know, I mean, She-Ra has changed everything for me. I owe so much to her. I'm so grateful for that woman. So grateful. So KYB to say, gotcha, I'm gonna try that. Yes, girl. Anytime they ask you for something, anytime they ask you for something sexual, anytime they ask you for your time, talk about how you need something and how you can't do it because you need something, and how, oh man, I would love to come over there and hang out with you. Oh, but I got this bill. I just got a notice in the mail. I got this bill. Now I've got to work extra hours. I can't. I'm sorry. I wish I didn't have to work. If I didn't have to work, I'd come over. This is what you say. Okay. Oh, RC Smith. I don't know RC Smith. I wouldn't say that I'm better than her, but because I got everything I got from her. I owe her all the knowledge. I owe her all the knowledge that I have. But thank you. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you for being here, RC Smith. Thank you. So 12 Diddly Sin says, sometimes you have to cut them off completely, only because if they disrespect you constantly and you repeated yourself to them, why bother? Went through that and was getting nothing. Girl, who deals with disrespect? Girl, listen, I cut men. Listen, I only deal with men now that are catering to me. If they're not asking me what you need, then I don't bother with them. I don't bother. What's the point? If that man is not asking you what do you need, and that man is not trying to make your life better, there ain't no reason. There is no reason to be dealing with him. If that man does not want to make your life better, why are you dealing with him? Why? Okay, sorry. Yes, Ari Love says she would have got us. Yes, honey child. Yes, indeed. Childbirth brings us close to the hell. Yeah, yeah, I mean, like, okay, Melanie Hazelton, I don't know if you heard me mention this, but maybe a couple of videos ago, I talked about how Black women in America are 5 times more likely to die from childbirth and pregnancy complications. And when you keep that in mind, it's like, to just be having sex and having kids, I mean, with anybody is crazy. Y'all need to stop doing that. It's ridiculous. Stop doing it. Same. I've been watching her for years now. I've been watching her for about 3 years now. Almost 3 years. About 3 years. Yeah, it's changed everything. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful I caught her in my 20s, child. Caught her in my 20s. I'm so happy. So Cancer in 1984 says, I purchased Bewitching and Gold Digger oils. Okay. All right, y'all. So this has been my message. Thank you so much for your participation. You guys are just coming with it today. Coming with the questions. I even got a donation from RC Smith. Thank you. And I have to go. I have to go and do some assignments and do some reading. I'm still in school. So I will talk to you lovely people later. And as always, if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me on Instagram at universe.trip. You can DM me. And, you know, a lot of times I will take the questions I get from my Instagram and I'll make a video. So if you want a more detailed explanation or answer, and you want some ideas of what I would do in a situation, you can send me that question and I will prepare a video and I'll go and address your question. Okay. And I can keep you anonymous if you want. I don't have to show your face. I usually keep the people who ask the questions anonymous anyway. Okay. All right. So anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you lovely people later. Bye. See you later, guys. Mwah.